Hello, Meoni here, and welcome to a very special housing video. Today we're looking at the Eastern Canopy bed, which was added in patch 6.1 of Final Fantasy XIV. The Eastern Canopy bed then is a new carpenter craft furnishing for indoor spaces that's level 90, requiring 5 integral lumber, 5 ARKN velvet, 5 ARKN cotton bolls, 1 shroud cherry sapling, and 1 growth formula kappa to create probably what is one of the most lovely items I've seen in this game in a very long time. I needed to know more. I found out then that this was a furnishing design contest winner from 2019 that finally got added to the game, and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? With obviously the sakura petals falling there, and just the design of this with the branch design there, it looks almost as if you could create this in real life, which is one of the things I like the most about this, is that it has those extra animations and it brings that joy to a space, but it's also believable as well. One of the nicest things I've seen, honestly. So I had to know even further. I reached out to the designer who actually entered into this contest because I saw that they were posting on Twitter. Shout out to @CanvasCat on Twitter, go and check them out. And CanvasCat told me this when I asked them to tell you about the whole process. In terms of a design, they say, I've always loved the concept of canopy beds, but the few options we had in-game were lackluster to my tastes and never felt like they fit other pieces of furniture. I grew up with my grandfather and my mother being lovers of gardening and plants, so we always had lots of greenery surrounding us. Eventually, I developed an aesthetic for foliage and woodsy feels. I just think they're neat and pretty. While thinking of designs for the contest, I tried to think of what I wanted the most and what would fit the several themes we had in-game already. At the time, my entire apartment was Tombury themed, so my first idea was more woodsy, as I was in Gridania as well. Which you can see in this image that they gave me, which honestly, I also think this design is amazing and deserves to be in the game as well, but you know, hopefully you submit this in the future as well. When I tackled the idea again, they said, I mocked up some sketch ideas for a modern toilet, a glass display case, and then the canopy bed. I ended up using a cherry blossom tool just to slap on leaves instead of drawing them, since I procrastinated, but it helped spark the idea and was the one I decided to finalize and submit. Personally for me, they say, when designing things, I try to understand how it would possibly be crafted in real life, or even made into merchandise later on if so. So I wanted to make sure the branches and all 4 stumps/trees looked semi-organic and intertwined with each other to form the head and footboard. As a last note, they say here, for anyone scared to design because they don't feel they are artistic, take the leap anyways. I used the free tools in my program to make the flowers, and there are plenty of references and tools you can use to get your ideas across. And it doesn't have to be perfect or organically drawn by you. You never know, even if they don't win, maybe your idea will inspire the team to design something similar in a few years too. End quote. Thank you, CanvasCat, @CanvasCat on Twitter. The more people I talk to who design these things, the more they sort of pass off their creativity as just simply, you know, oh, I just designed this. Honestly, it is absolutely fantastic that people are capable of this. But at the same time, you know, it does allude to the fact that maybe people are a little bit, you know, afraid of entering things like this because they think their style's not the right, or, you know, to the right level, or their ability. But we've seen 2 testimonies so far in these housing videos in 6.1 where I've contacted the designer behind the entrant, and they've both said the same thing. You never know unless you try, and I think that's the thing to take from this. You can easily shape this game the way you wish by simply entering. You know, you've got to be in it to win it, and honestly, yeah, I want to see more people enter these things. The accessibility is something that I think anybody can enter. We've seen all sorts of things from paint work to hardcore illustration work. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, because it's the idea and the execution of that idea that inspires the team, you know. And as CanvasCat has said here quite rightfully, previous entries that have not technically won, that have been entries, have actually been added before as well over the next few years. We've seen this in hair designs, we've seen this in furnishing designs, we've seen this in weapon designs. So I have high hopes for people's entries being added, and you know, massive congratulations to Canvas Cat and the rest of the furnishing design entrants rather, who have had their realizations of their dreams in the game. And I'm sure if yours hasn't been approached yet, it very likely will in the future, but you never know unless you give it a go. All right, much love. Thank you very much to obviously watching this video, and also Canvas Cat for reaching out to me when I contacted you. It's always nice to be able to involve myself where possible and, you know, ask people firsthand. I'll try to do that more often. Much love, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. More 6.1 videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.